Okay, students, now come to the question number 6. What is sericulture? You can find the answer of this question on page number 28. Here is your answer on page number 28. You can find this. Okay, your answer 6, short 6, it starts from here. Answer is the rearing and management of silkworm for obtaining the silk is called sericulture. Your answer is closed. Okay, students, now we will solve part E. Answer the following questions in detail. That are long answer question. Your first question is: describe briefly the process of extracting wool. Your question is, I will repeat the question. Describe briefly the process of extracting wool. You can find this the answer of this question on page number 26 to 27. Now come to the page number 26. Page number 26. This is your answer. Long answer 1, shearing. It starts from here with the heading shearing. Your answer, what is your question? Our question is: describe briefly the process of extracting wool. The process of extracting wool. Okay, your answer will start from here. Wool is obtained from the sheep by a long process which involves various steps. Let us study each step one by one. Number 1 is shearing. You can write the heading shearing and start. It is the first step in the processing of wool. The fleece is peeled off in one piece. The sheep need to be protected from rain for a day before shearing. Shearing is done with a manual razor and blade or with a special clipper. It does not harm the sheep and is painless, as the uppermost layer of the skin is made up of dead cells. Now come to the next heading, scoring. Write down heading second, scoring. In this heading, under this heading, you will write from here: the sheared wool is washed thoroughly with soapy water to remove dust, dirt and grease. This process is known as scoring. Machines are employed to do this. After this, you will write this heading, grading and sorting. In this heading, you will write: in this process, any stained, damaged or inferior wool is removed. The rest of the wool is stored according to the quality of the fibers, depending on their fineness, length, waviness and color. After this heading, you will write next heading, carding. Under carding, you will write: The wool fibers are passed through a series of metal teeth which straighten the fibers. Carding also removes residual dirt and other matters left in the wool. Carded wool to be used for woolen yarns is sent for making the yarn. After this, okay students, now after this heading, making yarn, carded wool is then twisted into a rope called sliver. The sliver is stretched and twisted into a thin yarn. This process is done by spinning machines. This is the whole process of making wool. You can see here, this is shearing, this is sewing, and this is grading and sorting. And after this carding, after carding the wool, this is the making of yarn, and finally weaving and finishing the wool. Okay, after this heading, you can write weaving and finishing. The stretched fibers are spun or twisted together to make yarn. The wool yarn is then used to knit woolen fabric, sweater, etc. The quality of wool is judged on the basis of thickness, length, shine, strength, and fineness of the fibers. Here you can close your answer. Now come to the next question. Our question second is, how is carding of wool done? How is carding of wool done? You can find this answer on page number 27. Here is your answer, page number 27, carding. Okay, this is your long answer to only this heading. You can write for this answer. You can start long answer to from here with the heading carding. Under this heading you will write, the wool fibers are passed through a series of metal teeth which straighten the fibers. Carding also removes residual dirt and other matter left in the wool. Carded wool to be used for woolen yarn is sent for making the yarn. Your answer should be closed here. And now come to the question number third. Question third, long answer third is, with the help of a diagram, explain the life cycle of a silkworm. You can see your answer on page number 28. 28, long answer third. Your now come to the page number 28. This is your answer. You can start from here. Okay. You can write this heading. This is your answer. Third, long answer third, life cycle of a silk moth. Under this heading you will write, and you will sketch this figure on your notebook. This figure should be made on your notebook, and your answer will start from here with the heading life cycle of a silk moth. The life cycle of a silk moth consists of 4 stages, which are the adult, the egg, the larva, and the pupa stage. The female moth copulates with the male moth, and then fertilization takes place. The eggs are laid close together and are covered in a jelly that the mother moth produces. And change the para. The eggs will begin to hatch after 10 days, and the newly born silkworm feeds on mulberry leaves. The next stage is the pupa, and at this stage the cocoon begins forming to allow the silk moth to transform into an adult moth. It prepares itself for the next stage in its life cycle. You can see here on the graph, on the diagram. This diagram should be made on your notebook. Diagram is silk moth adult. It gives eggs, and eggs hatched becomes larva, and larva becomes pupa, and then pupa becomes silk moth, that is as adult. This is the life cycle of a silk moth, and your answer is closed here. Now come to the next question, that is question number 4. Question 4 is what are the steps involved in the production of silk? What are the steps involved in the production of silk? You can find this answer on page number 28 to 29. Come to the page number 28, 29. This is 29 and this is your page number 28. Your answer will start from here with the heading silk production. Long 4. The first stage you can start here. Here long 4. The first stage of making silk is called the sericulture, which is the cultivation of silkworm. It is a very complex and lengthy process. The first step involves washing the silkworm eggs that has been stored over the winter under natural conditions. The eggs hatched only once a year in spring, when the mulberry trees begins to leaf. When larva, that is called silkworm, hatched out of the eggs, they feed on mulberry leaves. They eat day and night and increase enormously in size. This is the whole process. Small rats or twigs may be provided in the trays to which cocoons get attached. After 25 to 30 days, the silkworm stop eating and move to a tiny chamber of bamboo in the tray to spin cocoons. Spinning may take about a week, after which cocoons have to be unrevealed. Then the cocoons are collected and put into very hot water passed through hot air or exposed to the scorching heat of the sun. This kills the silkworm and loosens the silk filaments. The silk filaments are then taken out and unwound from the cocoons. This process is called reeling or flechure. It is done by special machines. Filament from several cocoons are twisted together to make a strong thread that is wound on a reel. The threads are then dyed and woven into silk fabric. You can close your answer here. And now come to the next question, that is question 5. The question 5 is,